Hi VC, back again for another album of the week. This week's album of the week is Psychic Life by Jah Wobble and Julie Campbell. Now Julie Campbell is a singer and she's sort of known as a solo artist as Lone Lady. And this is a collaboration, obviously, it's what you can hear in the background. I'm not going to go too much into the album, you can hear it for yourself. It's just a really good album again. Jah Wobble doing his usual deep bass, really good. She's a great singer as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about Jah Wobble and show you a few things that I've got of him. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoy this. So definitely check it out. Like I said, Jah Wobble, Julie Campbell, and it's Psychic Life. I don't think there's a vinyl. This is out on vinyl. It's only out on CD because it's all. This is actually Cherry Red Records, but it's not. It's only on CD, unfortunately. Now, Jah Wobble, as a lot of people know, or maybe not, first started out in. I've got some CDs here. Hang on, in Public Image Limited. He was the original bassist. Actually, that's his picture there. This is their first album, first issue. Basically, he was a friend of John Lydon, Johnny Rotten, from sort of before the Sex Pistols, and sort of basically when he formed the band, once the Sex Pistols were split up, that was his first sort of port of call, was his old friend. His actual real name is Jah Wobble. So yeah, so that's Public Image's first album. It's a really good one. Probably what most people maybe consider their sort of classic album, if you like, or best album, is this. Unfortunately, I only have the CD version. I used to have I think it was called Second Issue, they released it as after the one in the metal. This is actually Metal Box, sorry. They released it after they'd released the vinyl in the metal can. The second issue used to have that on vinyl, but like a lot of my stuff I got rid of over the years. So I have this canister, like I say, this was a metal box. This was released as vinyl, obviously, because this was 1979 in England. I think it came out in 1980 in the UK. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was 1979 as well. And it was released as, I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 12-inch singles playing at 45 RPM. So it's quite good, and you open it up, and obviously there was a CD in here. Then you just got the track listing on there. This for me is definitely their best album, definitely the one I listen to most out of all of them. I was lucky enough to see Jah Wobble and Keith Levine got back together last year or year before, and they did Metal Box in dub, and it was basically, they had like a Johnny Rotten imitator, if you like. I think he was from the Sex Pistols Experience tribute band. They had him singing Johnny Rotten's part or John Lydon's part, and they did their own sort of elongated versions. Again, it was called Metal Box in dub. It was really, really good. They had like a flugelhorn player as well. Keith Levine was in really good form. It was a really good gig. I think that was last year. So yeah, that was really good. Really loved that album. And the next album that they did was this one, which is actually a live album. So it's just taken from the tour for the Metal Box album. This was recorded in Paris. I think there were lots of bootlegs from the American tour that they did. This was in '79. I think they toured in sort of early '80. After this, depending on what reports you read or what books you read, Jah Wobble was either kicked out of the band or left on his own accord. After he left, he basically went solo. I can't even begin to mention the amount of albums he's released. He gave up at one point and retired from music and went off and did other things, and then he came back again, and he's just done so many albums. I really just don't know where to start. I don't have that many, but what I do have, which is a really good sort of what I bought, is this. They came out together. This is Jah Wobble, I Could Have Been a Contender, and it's an anthology, and it goes right from Public Image Limited right through all these sort of collaborations with different people, and he's collaborated with so many different people. over the years. He's collaborated with Brian Eno, Bill Laswell. He's had his own band, Invaders of the Heart. I think he's written with Sinead O'Connor. I think he's done with Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. I think he's done music with as well. I mean, it's just excellent. I mean, if you don't know him at all, this is definitely sort of a good place to start, because like I say, it runs the whole of his career near enough, up to when it was done, which was actually 2004, but still it's a good summary of his career up to date. I mean, since then, just off the top of my head, he's done an album called Chinese Dub, he's done one called Japanese Dub, he's done another one with the Modern Jazz Ensemble, I think, and he's literally just released in April, he's just one called, hang on, I've written down some bits here, Kingdom of Fitzrovia, which is an area of London, and that was with Bill Sharp, who's a keyboard player and was probably best known for being in Shack Attack. And he's releasing another album on Monday, which I've got on pre-order, which is called Anomic, which is Jah Wobble and Marconi Union. Now, I don't really know a lot about this, I only found out about it today actually. I was on the internet looking and see what sort of stuff he'd done. So like I say, it's out Monday, it's something new, so I've got it on pre-order ready. I'm really looking forward to that. Something else I've got that I've read is this, which is his book Memoirs of a Geezer. It's really good. Obviously gives you a little bit into the insight of his relationship with John Lydon and what happened in Peel, and then sort of subsequently, and yeah, it's really good. And these actually came out sort of a similar sort of time, so yeah, it's really good. If you don't know Jah Wobble, I should have said right at the beginning really, shouldn't I? He's a bass player, and a lot of what he does is, or he classifies as dub, which is just a very sort of heavy bass sound, really deep. Hope you can hear it on this, and yeah, it's just really good, it's really different. He does everything from sort of ambient sort of music, like I said, with sort of Brian Eno, Bill Laswell has done sort of that sort of stuff, and it's just really good. Definitely check him out. That's it really. I'll let you listen to a bit more of the CD. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again. Please comment and subscribe, and see you next week.